Welcome to Sweven Technologies, your CRM powerhouse. In this video, we're going to talk about your calendar section. And the calendar section is a very, very powerful tool to be able to accommodate demos, onboarding calls, training calls, whether it's with one person, different people at the same time, different groups, different teams, internally, externally, with customers or prospective customers. And it's a really nice tool that you can embed even on your website for people to do this on their own or something you can do in the back end yourself. So let's go and dive into it. You're going to start by going into calendars on the left-hand side. And once you're in calendars, you're going to have pretty much this view. And, you're going to have another default view. But if you want to change the way that you see the calendars, you can see it by, you have the ability to do different calendars, obviously, but you can see it by the type of calendar. In this case, we're seeing the demo calendar. I can also see user calendars. I can see my primary calendar, but we're going to talk about demo calendar today. You have also the ability to see all appointments, all block slots, or everything in your calendar. You also have the ability to view the calendar by month, by week, or daily. In this case, I have it by month. And you can see just a quick glance of what you have going on this month. We have a couple of events here that we enter as a test mode, so you get an idea of how these would look like. And what I'm going to show you right now is how to book one, right? So let's say someone calls you, they want to schedule a meeting with you, or they want to schedule a training or a demo, onboarding, whatever it is that you do with this section. And you're going to start either by guiding the customer to do that on your website, or you can book it yourself from here. So if you click on book appointment, you're going to get this pop-up screen. It's going to ask you to select in which calendar you want to put it. In this case, we're going to leave it in demo calendar. And then you're going to type in the title of this appointment. So you can say training with Bob, right? You're going to select the time zone, the date, as well as the specific time that you want on here. And you notice here we have two tabs. We have the appointments tab, and then we have the block off time. In case that you need to block off some time from your public calendar so people don't book within the time that you have already blocked, you can do that from here as well. And I can also show you later on how you can do it from your Google or your Outlook calendar as well, if that's something you want to sync in. Now, on here, we've already entered the details that we wanted to enter to book this appointment. You can also select a contact to associate it with a contact. And what this is going to do, it's going to send an invitation of this appointment to that contact. So we're going to just select one of our test users here. We're going to scroll down, and you want to make sure that you select the correct status. So if this is something that they have already confirmed and you've confirmed this as well, you want to click on confirm. But if you want them to go ahead and confirm because you're suggesting barely a time, you can select the status as unconfirmed. So right now we're going to put it as confirmed. We're going to click on book appointment. And now you'll see on Wednesday, November 8th, you're going to see that appointment come up on here, right? You can actually click to see the details of that appointment, who created it, how many attendees we have. You even have here the Zoom meeting call. We have Zoom integrated right now with this test account, so that's what we're going to see here. You can join the meeting from here. You can even change the status. Let's say they confirmed it, but now they changed their mind, or they say, hey, let me get back to you. You can come back in here and click on unconfirm as well. You can edit the entire event or even delete it from here as well when you click on that specific event. And then you also have the ability to see, other dates. So if you want to scroll, to the next month, you can use any of these indicators for forward or back. You can do that here, or you can just click on today and it will take you to today. That way it goes back. If you want to look, let's say 2 or 3 months ahead of time, you can come back and click on today. So we're going to do that, let's go look into December to February, and then we're going to look on today, and it's going to take me back to that present time. Additionally, we have the appointments tab. And what the appointments tab does is it lets you see a glance of everything you have booked. So I have here selected all appointments. I've also seen here all statuses. This is confirmed. It can be new, it can be show, no show, cancel, invalid. These are also appointments that may come on their own from your website. And then you can also see it by either the day added, the start date, and other filters. From this very same screen, you can also select a new appointment. Similarly to how you were trying to add it on the calendar, you can do it here as well. Let's go ahead and click on new appointment, and you'll notice it's the exact same screen we had earlier when we were booking from the calendar section. So you can do that here as well. You also can go ahead and unconfirm, right? Or put, this person did not show up. So you can click on no show. So you have an idea of what these meetings turned out to be, right? Or they canceled, or it was an invalid meeting, meaning someone just booked it, didn't show up, or didn't have the correct details. Or you can click on show once it's done, and that way when you update that status, it will also update as well on your opportunities or in your pipeline. If you click on these three dots, you can also see the details of this appointment. You can do an edit on this appointment, you can reschedule, and you can delete it. So those are some of the actions that you'll be able to do from here. Obviously, we only have 4 appointments right now on this test account, but you'll also be able to go into previous or next pages from here. Now, the next thing is showing you how this calendar looks on your website. So if you go we're going to go to our website where we have a test calendar. This is what they're going to be seeing. So if someone wants to book an appointment, they would be coming to, that link, that website, and I'll show you how that calendar is created shortly, but they'll be coming into this link or website, or they'll be able to select the date, the time. And if we say, for example, the 16th at 9 a.m., and we click on continue, it's going to ask for their details. I've entered the test information, and what you're going to do at this point, or your customer in this case, is schedule the meeting. And once the meeting has been scheduled, they're going to get this confirmation. This is something that you can predetermine on what you want to say on that confirmation screen. But they'll also get this on their email. They're going to get the link from the Zoom call or whatever you have integrated. More than likely, it will be Zoom. They get added to their Google Calendar and Outlook Calendar. And what this does is it helps them just get those reminders within their calendar. We have the ability to integrate with Google Calendar and Outlook Calendar, so if you're using any of these platforms, you can also integrate your calendar with this, so it kind of syncs with everything else you have going on. Now if we go back to the CRM and we go into appointments, you're going to be seeing that November 16 appointment from this test user we did, Ron Jones. And it's been confirmed because they went ahead and scheduled that, right? And you see it here for November 16th at 9 a.m. Now, let me show you how to go into calendar settings. And you're going to be able to edit your existing calendar, which we have right here is the calendar I just showed you. You can edit it, you can duplicate it, you can copy that code to embed it into your website. You can move it, you can even delete it as well, right? But if we go ahead and create a calendar, you have 4 types of calendar. You can create a simple calendar where, it requires the person to come and visit you. You send them a location, it shows nicely on their maps. This is more for a physical meeting. That's what the simple calendar does. And then you have a round robin calendar, which is mainly to do like, troubleshooting calls or demo calls. It's currently what we're using, where we have the ability to integrate it with our Zoom account, and then that's how they're able to also get the link of the Zoom meeting. And then we have a class booking calendar, and this is when they want to schedule a single, like a one-on-one training, more of like, I need to see what's going on. If you want to do a webinar, for example, you can use a class booking setup. And then you have the collective booking, and this is to schedule meetings with like multiple people. This is ideal if you want to do a sales call or a big demo with like a big group, or you want to do a technical support and you want to include different people to kind of troubleshoot that would be a collective booking. But if we do a round robin, you're going to be able to enter the name of the calendar. So we're going to say test calendar. You can select a description as well, which is what they see. This is a test calendar. And you're going to be able to select which members have access to this calendar. So right now I'm just going to do myself. And you can actually customize the URL. And this URL is what they're going to be, what the calendar will be labeled. Think about it like the hyperlink or the link, right? So for example, if you have your website and let's say it's abc.com/the calendar, right? We can say the test calendar. That would be the / right, for your website. And then you can select here the meeting duration. You can select what's your booking availability, your time zone and everything. This would be 8 to 5. We can go into advanced settings, and within advanced settings, you can select a logo so it looks nicely on your website. You can select as well what type of invite they'll need to be getting. Like in this case, we have it filtered to be by contact name. So when they get that information, they'll get that contact name on there. On my side, I have the ability to prioritize these. So these on my calendar, I can put them as high priority. So it takes that priority over and it tells me it's going to be on Zoom. But if you notice here, you can also do Google Meet, you can do phone, you can put the full address, depending on the calendar that you're creating or the platform that you're using. You can also select an event color so you know that every event, let's say labeled in blue in this case, would be coming from this type of calendar. And if we go to availability, you're able to select that availability, right? So we have a standard Monday through Friday, 8 to 5. You can copy that same time all across, or you can customize it, right? You can put intervals of 30 minutes. You can do the duration of 30 minutes, an hour, whatever you think you're going to need between you and the person that's scheduling this meeting. And you want to have a minimum scheduling notice so they don't book right at the moment. So I can say, I don't want anybody to schedule within 2 days. Or less than 2 days. You have a day range as well, meaning how many days you want to make the calendar available for them. So if they want to book next month, you can put on there that you don't want people to book more than a month ahead of time. So those are the things you can set up here as well. You can also select how many bookings you want to do per day. So if you're not the type of business owner or business representative that can be doing trainings or demos all day long, you can select how many you want to do per day here, as well as how many bookings per slot per user can be done here. And then you want to add your buffer time as well. If any of these require some sort of payment, you can integrate that payment part into this. That's something we can talk about it a little bit more in a future video. And then we have the notifications and additional options, and the way that you want to basically notify your user, and you also want to get a notification as well, right? So right now we have acknowledgement email, which means they're going to be sending an email. The system will be sending an email to that user saying, hey, you have this appointment on so-and-so date. And then it tells you who should receive this notification. The contact, obviously, the assigned user, assuming you have multiple users using the calendars section, and then any additional emails that you want to select, and you can input these here. So let's say that you have an employee and the employee is the one doing the trainings. You want to go ahead and add yourself as well here. You can do that here in this section. I'm going to uncheck these right now, but that's how you would send the notifications. You can allow Google, if you're using Google, to send the invitation or update emails to attendees. That's something that we have to, you would have to connect in the backend with your Google account or your Gmail account, but that's something you can do. You can also assign contacts to their respective calendar team members each time an appointment is booked. So you can say, this contact is allocated to employee 1, and employee 1, you're going to be in charge of this contact because we went ahead and assigned this contact to the calendar of this team member, right? So that's something you can do as well there. You can also do customizations. Like I said, you can put a nice cover image on your calendar, on your website. You can have a widget style, which neo-classic. You can allow staff to do selections during bookings and things like that, right? And you can also do some custom coding if you have some knowledge on that side as well. Obviously, anything that you create, you want to go ahead and save it. For now, we're going to go ahead and close it. And then we're going to go back into our calendar. Right now, you can see here that test calendar we created. It's right here. But we're going to go back, and you're going to be able now to see under calendars that test calendar that we created. Nothing is booked there at this point, but you're going to be able to see that. Stay tuned for more.